Hey guys, my name is Anduin. Today we're going to be talking about how the brain takes in all the visual sensory input of everything that we see and organizes it into things that we can understand. It does so through visual groupings. The psychology of grouping is called Gestalt psychology. Gestalt psychologists believe that the whole is greater than the part. Today we are going to be talking about the 5 main grouping principles in Gestalt psychology that help the brain organize everything we see into meaningful perceptions. The first grouping principle that we are going to be talking about is called the figure-ground relationship. According to the figure-ground principle, the brain organizes everything it sees into a figure, which is the focus, and the ground, which is the background. In grouping sensory input this way, the brain knows what to give the most attention to. If you're looking at a person who's standing in front of you, and there's a wall behind him, the brain is going to know that the most important part of what it is seeing is the person, who is the figure, as opposed to the wall, which is just the ground. The next principle we are going to be talking about is called similarity. The principle of similarity states that objects that have similar properties are perceived as a group. When asked to describe this image, you will probably say that there are 3 circles and 3 triangles. That's because your brain is grouping this as a group and this, because they're the same shape. The next grouping principle we are going to be talking about is called proximity. According to this Gestalt law, our brain perceives things that are closer together as a group. Because of this, when viewing this image, you'll probably say that it's 2 sets of lines as opposed to all 4, because this is closer together and this is closer together, so they are grouped off. This principle is also how we read sentences. When taking in the sensory input of this sentence, our brain sees 2 spaces and knows that there are 3 separate words here. So we can read science is fun as opposed to science is fun. The next principle is continuity. The principle of continuity states that the human brain likes to perceive things as wholes instead of parts. So if there are 2 intersections like this, it will perceive this as one line and this as another as opposed to this and this. The last principle is closure. The closure principle is about how the brain has a tendency to complete objects, to see them as wholes. When seeing this, your brain might tell you that this is a square and this is a circle. But actually that's not true because the object isn't finished. This is because your brain makes a leap and connects the missing parts into what it knows. And those are the 5 Gestalt principles. Thanks for watching!